Hi folks, Rich Wagner here. I know yesterday you watched a video from Bonnie on 3 important things when you're shooting for money or just shooting for keeps. Proper focus, proper exposure, good composition. This computer is a powerful thing, and when you couple it with a digital camera, it really puts a darkroom in your hands. But of all the things this computer can do, there's one thing it can't do at all, and that's fix improper focus. If you don't have focus in the right spot, the spot that you intended it to be on, nothing you can do with this computer is going to fix that. If your composition's a little off, this will help. If your picture's a little flat, needs a little punch, this will help. But if you don't have the right focus, it goes to the trash. So what do? These cameras are capable of a lot of things, and I'm a big fan of using the automatic features of them. But when you put this on full auto, it's the camera that makes the decision on what part of the picture is going to be in focus. And honestly, if you leave it on full auto, you'll have a high percentage of good shots where the part you want in focus is in focus. But you'll have way too many, and some that you won't be able to repeat because you only get one chance, where what you want to be in focus isn't what the camera thought should be in focus. There's only one solution. It's not there. It's in how you set this camera up. And you have to set your camera so that you decide what the focus point is. I suggest that you learn, and I mean get out the manual, it's not going to be that hard, where the settings are on your camera. They're all a little bit different, although they all are basically the same. And there's a way for you to set your camera, and I don't care whether you have a point and shoot or you have a big honker like this. There's a way for you to set the camera so that you can see in the viewfinder or on the screen and back where the focus point is. And you will decide by moving a little button in this camera. It's this little wheel here. I move it back and forth, and I decide where I want the focus point to be. If you do that and then press a shutter, the spot you chose is the spot that'll be in focus. And you want that on every picture you take. You want it to be your choice. Now, just to clarify, I'm not talking about making the camera a manual focus camera, where I have to turn this in order to get it to focus on a spot. I'm talking about all those little points in there that the camera can decide is the right one to choose to focus on. There's a way for you to set your camera so you can decide which point it'll choose. And you'll manipulate a dial on the back, generally, and it'll move you between the different points in the camera, and you'll be able to pick which one you want it to focus on. That's the only way to be sure you're going to get a keeper every time you click the shutter. Tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about proper exposure. And proper exposure is important in how we set our camera, but it can also be helped a tremendous amount by what we do here. So we're going to talk about both those issues. But remember, if the focus point isn't where you want it to be, the picture goes in the trash. Nothing you can do. So, it's simple to do, it's simple to learn. Get the manual out, spend a little time with it, get used to doing that. You'll have winners 100% of the time. This is Rich. Talk to you tomorrow.